Welcome back to my YouTube channel named The Indian Pharmacist. Today we will discuss about the evolution of GMP in the pharmaceutical industry, like how the industry got adopted the GMP guidelines and how the regulatory bodies got evolved during the tenure of time. So let's start the video with the countdown. So first of all, let me make an appeal to like this video, to share this video with your friends and colleagues, to make comment if you want to add something, if you suggest me some corrections, if you found some queries arising during the video, you can raise it through comment. And last but not the least, please subscribe and press the notification bell. So let's start with the introduction. The first and foremost, what is evolution? Evolution means to develop. How we got evolved from ape to humans, like ape to Homo sapiens, same for the GMP. GMP got evolved from the basic draft, like I had discussed in previous videos, how the FDA got evolved during the time, and similarly GMP got evolved during the time. So the premier body of the GMP to control GMP around the globe is WHO. So we will discuss about WHO. WHO prepared first draft text on GMP in 1967. It was the basic draft guideline for the WHO GMP. It was introduced by the group of expert consultants at the request of the 20th World Health Assembly. The request was made in the 20th Health Assembly. Please note down. Draft requirements for GMP in the manufacture and QC of medicines and pharmaceutical specialties. It was the term for the draft guideline which was prepared in 1967, and it was submitted and accepted by the 21st World Health Assembly. In 1967, World Health Assembly take place, and during this World Health Assembly, this draft requirements for GMP in the manufacture and QC of medicines and pharmaceutical specialties was submitted and accepted. In 1968, 22nd report got published, and during this session, expert committee on specification for pharmaceutical preparation discussed some revised text and published it as the annexure to the 22nd report. It means it is the name of a body. This WHO expert committees on specifications for pharmaceutical preparation. It is a body of the WHO. In 1969, World Health Assembly recommended first version of WHO certification scheme. It means if any company have to manufacture pharmaceutical product, it have to comply with some certification scheme, and after that certification only they are liable for manufacturing and commercialization of their products. And when we are dealing about international trade, WHO is the major controlling body. In the same assembly, it got approval and accepted the GMP text as the integral part of the scheme. It means GMP text got approved and accepted in 22nd report. In 1971, after some revisions, the text was in supplement to the second edition of the International Pharmacopoeia. International Pharmacopoeia, as you might know already, is the pharmacopoeia which is published by the WHO. At regular intervals, it is got revised by the WHO, and it includes specification for the pharmaceutical products. In 1971, it included in supplement which included some revisions. In 1975, certification scheme and the GMP text was revised. Initially, it was only for the pharmaceutical preparations, the medicines, but now it also includes veterinary products which are liable to be administered to food producing animals like chicken or cow or something like that. Starting material for use in the dosage form like raw materials, packing materials, excipients, when they are subject to control by legislation in both the exporting member state and importing member state. Like as on date, India and China both are the member of WHO, so both have to comply for starting materials also. Information on safety and efficacy. If I am going to launch a product for international marketing or even for domestic marketing, I have to prove the product safety and efficacy data. In 1992, the revised draft requirement of GMP were presented in three parts. Initially, it was the basic requirement. In 1992, it got revised and was divided into three parts. First part included quality management. Quality management in the terms of pharmaceutical industry, philosophy and essential elements, and it include personal hygiene, personal training, validation, self-inspection, premises, equipment, materials and documentation. These are the basic parts of the GMP. Second, good practices in production and quality control, like good manufacturing practices, good laboratory practices, good documentation practices, good distribution practices. These are the parts for the GMP. Third, but not the last, the documents like BMR, BPR, SOP, records. These are the basic documents. We will discuss about it in detail in the later videos. What are the types of documents and what are the different types of documents used in the industry. In 1972, PICS GMP was published for the first time. PICS is a premier regulatory body and it includes around 70 states, 70 countries around the world. Like as on date, around 185 countries are the parts of the WHO. Similarly, around 70 countries are the part of PICS. It was basically derived from WHO GMP guide, but with some more stringent and some more requirements, and to cover new pharmaceutical areas like biopharmaceuticals, biologicals, vaccines, sera and hormonal products, radiopharmaceuticals, etc. To adapt to scientific and industrial technology, example biotech, parametric, release, etc. It means company have to develop the industry as per the current scenario. We can't manufacture the technology of 1950 in 2020. In 1989, EU adopted its own GMP guide equivalent to PICS GMP guide. EU guidelines and PICS guidelines are almost same, but EU is applicable only for the Europe, while PICS is applicable for more than 70 countries around the world. Among other items of feedback discussed during this consultation on WHO guidelines, some parts like QA, QC and transfer of technology, it was identified to incorporate new section of PQR, product quality review, under the chapter 1 quality assurance. It means now all the industry have to prepare a product quality review for the products manufactured in their facility. We should give some basic idea of what are the requirements, what are the failures, what are the successes, and how it is, whether it is capable of producing the product with consistency and continuity. The term quality risk management got introduced in the basic guidelines, and the term drugs was replaced by medicines, and at the same time quality assurance and quality control, these two terms got replaced with the concept of quality unit. During 2012, the Secretariat was made aware that the current GMP for pharmaceutical products main principles, published as Annexure 3 in the WHO TRS series 961 2011, that means in 2011 this guideline got published. In August 2002, the agency announced the pharmaceutical CGMP for the 21st century initiative. It means in August 2002, WHO announced to develop their guidelines as per the basic modern requirements. Like if we are claiming that industry have to develop according to the time, guidelines also need to be developed. Agency explained its intention to integrate quality system and risk management approaches into the existing programs. Like quality control and quality assurance got replaced by quality unit, and similarly a risk management approach was introduced during this meeting where in 2002, and industries were encouraged to adopt the modern and innovative manufacturing technologies. The agency also saw a need to harmonize the CGMP with other non-US pharmaceutical regulatory systems and with FDA's own medical device quality system regulations. It means WHO is now acting as the harmonizing body amongst all the regulatory bodies. It also supports the objectives of Critical Path Initiative, which intends to make the development of innovative medical products more efficient so that safe and effective therapies can reach patients soon. Like how we can manufacture the modern medicines with more safety and effectiveness, but it should reach to the patient, the ultimate consumer, sooner than the previous products. Here we are not supposed to skip any requirement for clinical trials. It means we can perform clinical trials, we have to perform clinical trials, but how we can reduce this time gap of product manufacturing to commercialization. CGMP for the 21st Century Initiative Steering Committee created a quality system guidance development working groups. It means quality system working group to compare the CGMP regulations. During these initiatives, the committee was working to compare the basic requirements, the basic guidelines of all the regulatory body so that they can harmonize the differences. The quality system working group mapped the relationship between CGMP regulations, various quality system models such as drug manufacturing inspection program, environmental protection agency guidelines for developing quality system for environmental programs, ISO standards, other quality publications. It means whatever other guidelines other than US FDA, the agency worked to map their relationship. Like if there is environmental protection programs and they are having some guidelines, it should be harmonized with the pharmaceutical products also. Similarly, pharmaceutical products, as these are the consumable products, so they have to comply with ISO requirements also. For that reason, quality system working group was given this task to harmonize their guidelines as per the other quality publications. The quality system working group determined that although the CGMP regulations do provide great flexibility, they do not incorporate explicitly all the elements that today constitute most quality management system. like the requirements of ISO 2015, ISO 9001 2015 may vary from the WHO requirements, but WHO requirements are more flexible, more explicit, and cover much more area, but it should comply with the ISO requirements also. So the QS group was given the task to determine these gaps so that these could be harmonized. CGMP regulations and other QMS differ somewhat in organization and in certain constituent elements. They are very similar and share underlying principles. CGMP regulations stress quality control. More recently developed quality system stress QMS, QA, and the use of risk management tool in addition to QC. It means some bodies act more stringently on QMS, QA, risk management, while previous guidelines of WHO were more stringent on QC. So this type of gap identification helped to harmonize the guidelines. The quality system working group decided that it would be very useful to examine exactly how the CGMP regulations and the elements of a modern comprehensive quality system fit together in today's manufacturing world. WHO Expert Committee on Specifications for Pharmaceutical Preparations discussed the need for an update during its 47th meeting and agreed to pursue the matter accordingly. The following sections were updated in newly revised version, and after the usual consultation process were presented to the 48th Expert Committee for adoption. These parts, which were revised during the 47th meeting, included Pharmaceutical Quality System, Section 2.2 GMP for Pharmaceutical Products, Section 7 Contract, Production, Analysis and Other Activities, Section 17/17 Good Practices in Quality Control. So these are the parts of the basic guidelines which got revised after the consultation in 47th meeting and got adopted in 48th meeting. Some major pharmaceutical regulatory bodies around the world, these are the basic major regulatory bodies, and if you see that for India we are not supposed to have a basic Ministry of Health or something like that. The major regulatory body for Indian manufacturers is CDSU. Please note its name, Central Drug Standard Control Organization. Again, Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. It is a body working under the Ministry of Health, Government of India, but it is not working directly. It is working along with the local state FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, Food and Drug Authority, as you know all. Some major regulatory bodies are WHO, US FDA, PICS, MHRA, NVJ. NVJ is for Europe, WHO is for all the countries, FDA is for US, PICS, as I have already told, for more than 70 countries, MHRA is for UK, NVJ is for Brazil, European Medicines Agency for European market, NAFDAC, it is for Nigeria, ASEAN, it is for the countries which are in the Southeast Asian nations like Cambodia, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Brunei. MKG is for Zimbabwe, PPB is for Kenya. So again I would like to make this appeal to like this video, to share it with your friends and colleagues, to make comment if you have any suggestions, any queries, any questions, or if you would like to suggest me some subject on which you want some video. And last but not the least, subscribe and press the notification bell, subscribe the channel. If you have any question, you can refer to these books, and Also, you can follow me on my Facebook page and Twitter account. Thank you.